Everybody, it's Amanda, aka Naturally Amanda, and today I wanted to do a story time about the first time I visited a prison. Please stay tuned. Be sure to thumbs this video up, comment, and subscribe for more. I just want to start out by saying in no way am I trying to glorify prison visitations. Prison in general is not fun. It can be traumatic for some people who are experiencing the loss of a loved one while they're away. So yeah, I don't want anybody to seem like I'm making prison like trivial, and I don't think it's trivial at all. So I just want to start out by saying that, but my experience was kind of like funny and like sad at the same time, so I did want to share it with you all. Okay, so this happened, I want to say about 2 years ago. I had a loved one who was sentenced. Of course, first he spent time in jail. I think the difference between jail and prison is the duration of the stay. So people who are in jail tend to stay there for a shorter amount of time, and most of the time they haven't been sentenced yet, so they start out in jail, and then when they get sentenced they go to prison. So obviously he'd been sentenced and he was sent to prison. This prison was far. It was about 4 hours away from my house, and yeah, 4 hours and 221 miles. And of course I had to see him, I had to go. So one day I decided to make the trek across my state by myself to go visit him in prison. And I said, you know what, girl, we're gonna make that journey across the state and we're gonna go visit. So one day I packed a lunch. I packed like a little sandwich and some chips and some fruit, and I went to Starbucks and I got a little frappuccino, and I got in my car and I'm like, here we go. Every time I would see like a populated area, I would stop and get gas, because I was like, I am not running out of gas. That is not gonna happen. Cause you know, like in the scary movies, like when people run out of gas in the middle of nowhere, and you know, no, I was not going down like that. So I'd like drive an hour, pull over, get gas, drive an hour. It was totally unnecessary, but I was like, girl, get that gas. You never know what's gonna happen to you. So I stopped for gas like 4 times. It was overkill. It's totally crazy. But in hindsight, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do to survive. So I drove, and the drive there was actually beautiful. I hadn't seen that part of my state before. So it was just really fun, and I had my playlist, you know, all set. So I was playing all my hits, and I was just in a good mood. I felt like I was going on a road trip. I totally forgot where I was going. Like, girl, you're going to prison. It's not fun. But it was a nice drive to get away, you know? So I'm driving. And, you know, you see cows and farmland. And I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. Wow. And so I'm looking at my GPS, and I'm getting closer, and I'm getting closer, and I'm getting nervous. I'm getting real nervous, because I've never been to a prison before. You just see it on TV. You see, you know, Beyond Scared Straight and all these prison shows. But when you actually get there, it's like super scary. I don't care what anybody said. Like, if you've never been in trouble and you've never been in that type of environment, they can be scary. Park my car, take some cleansing breaths, and I get out. And I don't really know what to expect. So I walk in, and, you know, people at the front desk are never nice. Like, you were like, they all have attitudes. And I'm like, wow, okay, you know, what's your name? And I'm like, oh, hi, I'm Amanda. I'm all happy, chipper, you know, I'm excited to see my loved one. So they tell me to sit down, and they tell me I could, you know, put my stuff in a locker, because you can't take anything back, of course. You can buy cards, like these little cards, and you put money on the cards, so that when you visit your loved one, you can buy food from the vending machines. So I fill up my little card. I put like $20 on it so that we can eat, because the visitation was like 2 hours, 3 hours. It was a long visit, but of course it better be that long. If I drove 4 hours, it better be a long time. They called my name, and she called my name. I'm like, oh, me, hi. And she looks at me, she goes, sorry, your shirt is too low cut. And I'm like, low cut? And it was probably like this. And to me, that isn't really low cut, okay? She's like, you're gonna have to wear the sweater. I'm like, are you serious? I picked out this outfit. Come on. And she gives me this sweatshirt. Girl, it went all the way up to my neck. I'm like, really? Okay, I get it. You guys don't like cleavage. Okay. You know, I'm not gonna talk back to the prison guard. Of course I'll wear your ugly little sweater. It's fine, of course. That was okay though. But this was a part that really got me. As you know, I'm natural. If you watch my channel, of course subscribe, but I'm natural and I have natural hair. That day I wore a high puff, and if you're not natural, a high puff is just when you have your natural hair pull back and then it's a puff. So I wore a high puff, and she told me she was gonna have to search my hair. So I'm like, you want to search my hair? Naturals will know we don't like people touching our hair at all. Don't touch my hair. Don't do it. So after all that, I finally get to go back and to the actual room where all the inmates are. Okay, the food. Everything's in the vending machine, of course, and they're not going to give you a 5-course, you know, gourmet meal in prison. Doesn't happen. I got like a hamburger, which tasted like cardboard, and like some chips, and you know, stuff that's just not like, there's like absolutely no nutritional value. It's horrible process, bad for you, but you do it because you're there and you have to eat. So overall, you know, I'm there with my turtleneck and my hair, and it's an odd experience. Like, I don't really wish that on anyone. You know, visiting your loved one in prison, like I said, is not fun. So that was my story. Kind of interesting, kind of sad at the same time. Please be sure to thumbs this video up, comment, subscribe, and if you want to share a time maybe you've been to prison or maybe you've had a loved one in prison, let me know. Yeah, and I will see you next time.